2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see we are...
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. So the Nets starting five. We've got Green, Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Jordan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the 76ers, Green out there with Tobias Harris. Then there's Seth Curry. Then there's Howard. And it's Simmons in at the point guard position. Now here's Simmons. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Count it. Last game for Brooklyn, it was a loss to Utah. Harden outside. Jordan high post. To the middle. Howard with the steal. Here's Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
The precision pass for Curry, also excellent at seeing his guys when they're open.
On the wing, Irving. Greg, in terms of personnel, not exactly the matchups we were expecting to see tonight.
You know, Kev, with all the injuries and some guys now having to step into unfamiliar roles, in some ways that makes tonight all the more intriguing to see which guys are going to step up and deliver.
Here's Harris following the basket by Kyrie Irving. And Simmons kicks to Harris. From outside, off the mark. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it, the fast break chance, and he gets the bucket.
Boy, good luck trying to keep Irving down. I mean, he's more than happy to take the contact and finish right through it.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Oh, offensive interference. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile one block.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
Harden the pass to Irving. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Irving, excellent at converting with either hand. He's got a special talent for finishing in the lane.
Here's Simmons. That one wide left. The Nets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. So it's Brooklyn now. Pass to Harden. Harris kicks to Harden. On the wing, Irving. Down low. They kick it out to Green. 6 to shoot. Right side, Irving. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with the win.
In the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
Very satisfying performance, and one they'll look to repeat tonight. I mean, they ended up winning it going away.
Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up.
Better safe than sorry, right?
Here's Howard, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
What's up? You know, it's never easy trying to outwork Howard on the glass, using his size to his advantage.
And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Mike Scott's checked in for Harris. Korkmaz comes in for Green. Shake Milton, he's checked in for Curry. And Maxey's subbed in for Simmons. Claxton the pass to Llewellyn. Now here's Johnson. Tight defense on him. 76ers trailing. 1:46 left in the first quarter. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Johnson. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Scott with the ball. Picked up by Brown. To the paint. Here's Milton. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Brown's got the ball. Now here's Johnson. D right on him. And he's fouled pretty hard up. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here. Now Milton. He's coming off a 13-point game against Golden State. Harris passes to Scott. Makes it off the glass.
Yeah, that's good vision from Harris. I mean, he draws so much attention himself, so he's become a capable passer.
Here's Luwawu. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. 76ers lead by 1. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And to look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the 76ers.
Fellas, the rebounding has been very strong. Excellent so far. Putbacks are very valuable, and they're getting some.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Griffin. Brown out there with Tyler Johnson. And it's Claxton in at the 4 slot. Let's see some of the numbers here for Ben Simmons.
There's been a drop-off in the rebounding numbers. He seems to be getting out-muscled on the glass in a way we didn't see earlier in the season. His last 10 games, the totals have taken a huge hit.
Harris has checked in for the Nets.
Well, I tell you what, with Harden, sometimes it seems the more the defense bodies him up, the more determined and effective he is in scoring.
Claxton with the bucket. Claxton's got the lead up to 5 now for Brooklyn. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Brooklyn.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half. And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
On the wing, Milton, guarded by Harris. And yes, it's good.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's Harden. Score it. His 3rd straight basket in 3 tries. And you know, Greg, in the past, Griffin felt at times criticized as being a one-dimensional player.
I tell you, Kevin, I think he's answered those critics. You look at his passing and his development as a shooter, one of the more complete offensive players in the league.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
Harden against Harris. Harden can't hit.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And there it is for him. The 76ers trail by 3. Maxey passes to Scott. it's Scott with the jam.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. From short range, he can't hit that time. Some solid defense from Brown. Harden outside. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And ever since entering the league, that's been one of Griffin's favorite ways to score, attacking that offensive glass.
Here's Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
And the 76ers with a completely new group now. And a new group in for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Green comes in for Nicholas Claxton. Kyrie Irving's checked in for Bruce Brown. And it's Johnson in for James Harden. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. And Seth Curry is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Luwawu is checked in for Harris. 1:19 left in the first half. Here's Irving. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Yeah, they're cracking. Absolutely cracking and looking to pad that lead.
Simmons working around. Shoot from the right block. Count it. Good.
When he's sprinting down the court like that to the basket, Simmons is virtually impossible to stop.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for Brooklyn. It's a 3-point game. Here's Jordan, and it's Jordan with the jam.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Simmons inside. Johnson's there. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Outstanding focus that time by Simmons. Nothing really rattles this guy. He's unflappable, even when he's getting bodied by the defense like that.
And here is Johnson. Outside Irving, and they call an illegal screen here.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Now here's Curry. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. The drive by Simmons. It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Dwight Howard.
Well, I tell you what, I love the unselfishness of Ben Simmons. This guy delights in setting up his teammates, and if they're open, they...
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They never put themselves in too much. Thanks for joining.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. We have seen an exceptional performance from Dwight Howard.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
Ben Simmons is out there with Curry. Then it's Green. Then there's Tobias Harris. And it's Howard in at the 5. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Here's Simmons. A second chance effort. Jordan with the rebound.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Green kicks to Harris. Jordan the pass to Green. Harden with it. Picked up by Harris. Unloads. Harden can't hit.
I guess even he has. It's one of those once in a while.
And it's Simmons penetrating. Banked in off the glass. Simmons got 8 points. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation, or one of the best. And I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys,
yes,
they're truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And, you know, Seth Curry has that shooter's mentality, which makes defenses uncomfortable, and that's part of how he gets these calls.
Korkmaz checked in for the 76ers. Matisse Thybulle comes in for Simmons. Then for the Nets, Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. Harris passes to Irving. Unloads from 13. And off the glass. That one's good. He's got 12.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
They keep pulling up and watching them go down. It's a really nice thing to see.
Passes to Thybulle. Inside, Howard. And it's Howard finishing it off.
Yeah, I like the fact that Howard is really good at staying aggressive when he knows he's hot, in attack mode on the offensive end.
Here's Irving. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Dwight Howard.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Reed, he's checked in for Howard. Scott comes in for Harris. Shake Milton, he's checked in for Matisse Thybulle. And Maxey subbed in for Seth Curry. Luwawu Cabarrot, he's checked in for Brooklyn. And that one's good, Maxey. Maxey's got the game tied up here for the 76ers. Outside Irving. Pass to Luwawu. To the middle. Here's Claxton. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Johnson, he's checked in for Luwawu Cabarrot.
Channeling his off-the-charts athleticism. You can't take your eyes off Griffin after the shot goes up.
Maxey passes to Reed.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Harden's checked in. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them. Back to Griffin. Here's Claxton. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And now Philadelphia on the break. Maxey passes to Reed. It's Korkmaz in the corner. The putback. It's good on the putback. Reed's got 4 points this quarter. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game. How it's been going for the 76ers.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
Now, here's Maxey, guarded by Harden. And that one's good, Maxey.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently, neither did the defenders.
Harden's shot is off.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, he just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Maxey, oh yes he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Outside Irving. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists tonight.
Hey, the skills of Kyrie are obvious, but what isn't so obvious is his underestimated strength.
With 2 seconds left, and that one's good. Maxey's got the lead back up to 4 now for the 76ers. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. On the court for the Nets, getting the 4th quarter going. Green is out there with Harris. Then it's Harden. Then there's Irving. And it's Jordan in at the 5 down low. In the corner, Irving with it. Takes the 13-footer. He can't get that one. And the 76ers go the other way with it.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
It's Harden with the drive, and Harden with the stuff.
Ferociousness from Harden, looking like he wants to tear the rim off.
Simmons against Harden. Stolen by Harden. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way.
And the length of Green is a real issue for the D. His arms just go forever, which often results in a lot of shooting fouls for him.
The free throw drops for Jeff Green. Curry's checked in for Matisse Thybulle. And Jeff Green drops them both. The 76ers leading by 4. That's tipped. Stolen by Harden. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long?
Boy, that was a great dunk, and we've got a great game here.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Harden against Simmons. Outside Curry. They kick it out to Green. Shot clock at 6. Hands with the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. Clock is at 3. And Simmons slams it in.
Yeah, they call him Dancing Danny Green, and you can see why. Excellent offensive instincts there.
Nets trail by 4. Harris passes to Jordan. Back to Harris. To the inside. Jordan kicks to Green. He dishes it to Harris. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
Harris has been in these situations before. He's a veteran player and very calm taking the big shots.
3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. And it's Harris off the drive and slam dunk by Harris.
That's a big-time bucket from Harris. I mean, so cool, confident, and composed in these big moments. He's made for him.
Irving. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
Here's Simmons, and a lot of contact on that one. The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He told his guys, tempo, more tempo. You've got to be quicker into transition. Push the ball. Let's get some opportunities before the defense can set up. Kevin, back to you.
Here's Howard. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
You know, this is where Howard does the most damage. With his height and length and athleticism, how do you guard him inside?
Nets passing it around. Here's Harris. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And Harris plays with such freedom and fearlessness. He's a guy you can count on to take and make big shots.
Curry looking it over. The feed now to Howard. And the layup is good. And the 76ers lead by 6.
And, you know, he's been in these tight spots before. Howard loves being the one to make the right decision in the clutch.
Here's Harden. Kicks it to Irving. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's the first, and that brings them within 5.
Hard to keep up with Irving. I mean, this guy knows how to get to the line. He's a multi-dimensional scorer, always attacking.
There's 37 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Outside, Simmons. High post, Howard. Down low, here's Green. Some solid defense from Harris. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. The 3 from Harden. It counts. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
This is exactly what happens when you allow James Harden to heat up.
Now the 76ers with it.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making them. Absolutely massive free throws. That'll force them into a three-point attempt.
Harden, no good. So it's the 76ers taking the win in a close game. That was a fun night of basketball.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
A great view of our broadcast. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
So the Nets...
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Herter passes to Capella. Back to Herter. It's stolen by Johnson. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. And the jam by Harden.
And what started it all, terrific anticipation on the defensive end.
Most teams now are looking to play with pace. No better way to ignite the break than off a turnover.
Here's Capella. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on James Harden.
Great initiative from Capella there, seeing an opportunity to score and getting the D to act.
And now that we have some time away from it, Steve, how strange and wild were the NBA playoffs in the bubble?
You know, Kevin, having players see each other in hallways while going to battle later that night was definitely different. Spending that much time together. We'll eventually look back and view it as one of the most interesting times in the NBA history.
Young looking it over and taken away by Johnson. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. And the jam by Harden.
You know, and with how deliberate he can be, Harden still can surprise defenders with that burst, that underrated vertical that he possesses.
Young dishes to Capella, and it's blocked by Jordan. And here again, the Nets in transition. Up the court they go. Basket counts. Harden's got 8.
And a staple of Harden's attack. Sometimes it seems he's better finishing through contact on the drive.
Shots good from Young.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Jordan finds Harden. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. And that's 10 points for James Harden.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
Capella with the bucket.
I just love Trae Young's feel for the game. Oftentimes, he can see the play develop before anyone else.
Here's Harden. And he jams it right over Clint Capella. Wow.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Young passes to Capella. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Johnson dishes to Harris. And the pass to Green. Nets passing it around. Here's Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I'll tell you, this was their strategy coming in. They obviously identified a weakness there inside.
Here's Young. They get it again. Capella. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And the defense Capella provides is huge. I mean, a legitimate shot-blocking threat who also rebounds the ball at an efficient rate.
And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Gallinari, he's checked in for John Collins. Bogdanovich comes in for Hunter. Tony Snell's checked in for Kevin Herter. Lou Williams is subbed in for Trae Young. The Hawks trail by 9. Snell, the pass to Capella. Can't hit that one. And Brooklyn will come the other way. They beat the Hawks during their last encounter in Atlanta.
And they scratched out a close win the last time these two teams met. I think their ability to attack and create foul trouble for the opposition was a real factor.
As long as they maintain that same aggressiveness, they should be in solid shape to come away victorious again.
Williams attacking. It's tipped.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
And Gallinari kicks to Williams. Got a hand on it. Griffin against Gallinari. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Williams gets the bucket.
You know, bursting off the screen, Williams makes a quick decision, takes it himself.
Irving surveying the floor. Brown outside. Left side, Irving. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Gallinari.
You know, when you talk to Kyrie, smart guy, cerebral guy, thinks about the game at the highest level.
And so Irving nails both of them.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
Williams for three. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Brooklyn, riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And the Nets have been rolling right along here, haven't they?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
So for Brooklyn now, they've got Griffin. Kyrie Irving is out there with Brown. And it's Claxton in at center. Brooklyn with the ball. Here's Irving. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Irving's got his second basket of the night.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Okongwu. It's deflected. Williams against Irving. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Irving's got 8 points.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Williams against Irving. Oh, that's blocked. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Here's Griffin, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Griffin's got his second bucket.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Snell, outside Williams. He feeds it to Okongwu. To the left wing. Here's Snell. He's covered by Brown. Snell, no good. Nets leading by 21.
And out of New Mexico, Tony Snell has made himself into a capable long-range marksman.
Yes, he's a guy who plays within himself, GA, stays in his lane, and knocks down perimeter shots.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Snell dishes to Okongwu. Back to Snell. Looking to end the run. The Hawks again can't hit. The Nets have gone a perfect 4 of 4 since the second quarter began. Perfect from the field. Here's Claxton. Gallinari covering. For Atlanta, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter. 0 for 5. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Collins checked in for Gallinari. DeAndre Hunter comes in for Bogdanovich. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Tony Snell. Young is subbed in for Lou Williams. And then for Brooklyn, Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Harris comes in for Luwawu Cabarro, and it's James Harden in for Kyrie Irving.
Nice look from Kevin. Intelligent and unselfish.
And it's Harden with the ball for Brooklyn. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
You know what? That's a game where the coach might just want to burn the video because there's no question they're a better team than what we saw, but they got crushed on that night.
And obviously we know that's not how they usually play, but hey, they've got to perform better next time around. Beautiful call that time up the floor. The hard screen frees him up for the bunny.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
And here's Young. 29 points for him last game against the Kings in Sacramento.
And some of the passes he threaded through the defense were just incredible. He made it look so easy.
To the middle. Here's Okongwu. And the rejection by Harden.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Harris passes to Griffin. 5 to shoot. James Harden again.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
The Hawks have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And Okongwu slams it in.
So dangerous in the pick and roll. Trey makes quick reads and great decisions.
40 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. It's Brown on the wing. Jordan finds Brown. The Nets working the ball around now. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Hawks have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9.
Doesn't have to get all the way downhill to the rim to be effective because Trae Young has a trademark floater.
Brown right side. Harden outside. Takes a 3. That shot off. That one's not going to go. And so it's Brooklyn with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our half. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 18 points, 2 rebounds. And that'll about do it.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the court for Atlanta, Herter the 2 with Hunter at the 3. John Collins is out there with Clint Capella, and it's Young in at the point guard. Now, the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important, and then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well to when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good point. Capella finds Young. He can't get that one to fall. Good D by Johnson. In transition, here come the Nets. Green left side. To the inside, Irving. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Irving's got 6 points in the quarter.
Playing at his tempo, his pace, he's been dialed in all night.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Back to Young. Deflects the pass. And stolen by Irving. And stolen by Hunter. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Beautiful footwork and agility. DeAndre does damage down low.
And Smitty, if I'm coaching DeAndre Hunter, I'm making him watch nothing but tape of Kawhi Leonard. He has that type of body and can aim to be that kind of player.
Yeah, I totally agree. Both were lauded as mostly defensive players as rookies. Hunter showed he has some shiftiness to his game offensively. I think he has the chance to be on the same level at the end of the day as Kawhi Leonard. No harm in having that as a goal.
On its way from Irving for two. And good. He got the English that time as it falls. Irving's got 18 points in the game. Young against Irving. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. So for the Hawks, Gallinari, he's checked in for Hunter. Bogdanovich comes in for Kevin Huerter. Lou Williams is subbed in for Trae Young. And then for Brooklyn, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Harris comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. And James Harden subbed in for Irving. Capella with the bucket. Capella's got his third bucket of the night.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Harden scanning the floor. Off target with his three.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Williams. And the foul on Tyler Johnson. That's his first foul. Now, Smitty, you were a player with versatility and length. How much fun would you have had with today's style of play?
I think, Kevin, I was a guy that kind of played 1 through 3 at 6'8". But nowadays, I could have played 1 through 5. I would have loved playing the 5 position. Reason why, I could have got my shot off at any time I wanted. And the three-point shot, Kevin, you can take 10, 12 three-pointers. I would have loved that.
The Hawks trail by 21. Gallinari passes to Okongwu. That one good for 2.
Gallinari, very unselfish, draws a lot of defensive attention, which often leads to open teammates.
Pass to Harden. Jacks up a 3. The offensive rebound. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. They get it back. Jordan. Passes it to Green. Here's Jordan. On the wing, Harris. That one falls, coming off the Johnson feed. Johnson's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Not just a knockdown shooter, he does a great job of finding space for his shot.
Okongwu dishes to Williams. Lou Williams, so crafty, GA. Just a knack for putting the ball in the basket.
This guy just has the gift. I mean, it's been that way forever. He is just a born scorer.
A player like Lou Williams is so valuable. He's an exceptional producer your team can rally around.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. From 17 feet out. Irving up top. Six on the shot clock. From the arc. Atlanta with the rebound. Here's Bogdanovich. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Back to the action after this word. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
This is what you need your floor general to do. Take charge, lead by example, unselfish play.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Setting the floor for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Griffin. Then there's Irvin. Then there's Brown. And it's Harris in at the small forward position.
We're seeing the full arsenal here tonight. Uncle Drew turning up.
Bogdanovich passes to Capella. Back to Bogdanovich. And Bogdanovich throws it down.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Williams against Irving.
And yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it.
And the foul on Joe Harris. That's his first foul. Greg, your son's been drafted. You were drafted in the NBA. As you look back on the process that you went through and your son Cole has gone through, what are some of the flags? What are some of the things that stand out to you?
First and foremost, boy, how time flies. I mean, it wasn't
Yeah,
that long ago, at least
No
it feels
kidding.
like, that they were calling my name on draft night. But
91, right?
Yeah.
91.
You know, every stage of life, though, has its joys. And listen, to play the game I love and now see him playing it at this level, it's truly a blessing. And in his case, he probably loves it even more. You know, he didn't grow up the way I did. He grew up just with a true love and passion for the game. So it's humbling and obviously something that I take great pride in.
You were taken out of UNLV 1991, number 12 overall. I remember it like it was yesterday. And stolen by Jordan. And oh, here we go with Green. Nobody back. And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Jordan finds Green. Inside. Here's Jordan. The shot, no good. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. It's stolen by Green. On the wing, Harris. Here is Harden. And it's good, 2 points.
And I love seeing Harden get room to shoot from that mid-range position, an effective scorer in that area.
And the foul on Harden. And that'll be his third foul so far. Now Young. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That'll be his second foul of the game. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Young passes to Capella. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got 4 assists in the game.
And defenders have to be mindful of Capella. His length and strength can be a problem down low.
And on the way from Irving for 3. The Hawks have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. And stolen by Irving. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it, the fast break chance. No good from outside.
Just not feeling it from beyond the arc. Sometimes that happens. He's trying to shoot his way out of it.
Young dishes to Collins. Lets it go from deep. Here's Capella. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
Just has a nose for the ball. Capella skilled at gaining ideal position for those offensive rebounds.
Nets passing it around. Harden the pass to Irving. Hits the 3-point bomb. Irving's got 14 points now in the second half.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
Interesting approach coming down the stretch. Looking to rack up points in chunks.
And Young with the basket on the assist from Capella. Capella's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Nets.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead
to a better field goal percentage.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
And not only are they on their way to winning this game, this also gives them a win in the season series.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for James Harden.
You know, he was flying around on both ends of the floor. Terrific energy and enthusiasm, and that rubbed off on his teammates. I thought he was a catalyst tonight.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Fantastic anticipation. He has active hands. Even though he doesn't come away with the turnover, he's disrupting their offensive flow.
And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. Here's Atlanta. They're on an 11-3 run right now. Goodwin kicks to Snell. To the paint. Fernando, the pass to Goodwin. Here's Fernando. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
On the heels of this run, you wonder where was this effort earlier on?
Well, the question becomes, are they playing that much better now, or has their opponent taken the rest of the night off?
And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
Pass to Luwawu. Here's Perry. Kicks it to Johnson. From deep. That one doesn't go. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. And in the win, a comfortable win. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
this next gen looks like.
What's the feeling like to know that you're the
.2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Up next, the Buck. Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for him.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
So the Nets starting five. We've got Jordan. Green is out there with Joe Harris. And it's Tyler Johnson, and it's Harden in at the 1. And for Milwaukee, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Connaughton in at the 3, the small forward. And that one drops for him. Greg, we're still involved in the conference system. Does it hold relevance as we're looking here at the standings mid-season?
You know, for travel distance, yes, and there's also some tradition at stake. I mean, look, that said, in a perfect world, you'd like to see the best 16 teams make the playoffs each year, but we've had, you know, imbalance in conferences forever, so that's not going to change, but sometimes change is just necessary.
How about quickly for the playoffs? Would you like to reseed and take the top 16s, 1 through 16?
I would. I think that'd be a great idea.
Harden's shot is good.
Inside, outside, Harden will attack you from anywhere. Nice play.
Green against Giannis. Dishes it to Lopez. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Harden's shot is good.
Well, a good start here. That's Trey for Trey, and that's Spanish for 3.
The Bucks have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. DiVincenzo kicks to Holiday. Antetokounmpo against Green. The kick out to Holiday. Bucks passing it around. Shot clock at 5. A drive by Giannis. And Giannis throws it down.
Well, guarding Antetokounmpo is really difficult because of how awkward he can get around the floor and how much space he can take up.
Harden has a wide open look. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. For the Bucks, they won their last contest, that game against the Boston Celtics. Here's Antetokounmpo. Jordan with the rebound.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start. And you go back, Giannis Antetokounmpo, the 15th pick in that 2013 draft. Hindsight, obviously 2020, but I think it's safe to say he should have been drafted a little bit higher.
Yeah, you have so many of those blogs out there to go back and want to redraft classes. Giannis Antetokounmpo back in 2013, I'm pretty sure at this point would be taken number 1.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo, and Middleton subbed in for Pat Connaughton. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Yeah, put some students in the classroom because that's exactly how you move the ball. Kyrie terrific at spotting the open man, and then you got to get it to him.
Middleton, shot is good off the back rim and in.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Outside Irving. Griffin trying to get open. It's good.
Kyrie not backing away from the contact there. In fact, welcoming that one, tricked you into it.
Holiday looking for an opening. Middleton on the wing. Back to DiVincenzo. Here's Middleton coming off a stellar performance against Boston.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Kyrie Irving, one of the quickest players in the game, so he's outstanding at forcing the issue when he wants on the drive.
And the Bucks with some changes. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez, and it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday. And the Nets also making a change. Luwawu is checked in for Joe Harris. Now here's Middleton. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out.
Now working in the mid-range, Middleton finding some ways to play in between.
Outside Irving. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
All the way to the bucket, no resistance, just swipe the candy from him.
Middleton on the wing. Brooklyn leading by 4, and they're moving it up. Here's Brown. And Chris Middleton pulls it down. Tucker the pass to Portis. Kicks it down to Middleton. Left side Portis. Back to Middleton. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Here's Brown, and he gets it to go. Here's DiVincenzo. A 17-point game for him in the win against Boston. Shots good by Middleton.
That smooth shot selection from Middleton, that is definitely a spot he can get the job done from.
And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. Brooklyn ahead, leading by just 2. We'll get things started in the... And regarding the mental aspect of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Definitely the game will slow down a lot for me.
Well, Greg, that might be why they put up so many points. They all know the roles. They've got the right recipe for everything they want to do on offense.
Yeah, his awareness plus unselfishness puts defenders in a no-win situation.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Then there's Bobby Portis, and it's Forbes in at the point. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Green comes in for Blake Griffin, and it's Johnson in for Irving.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Giannis with it. He's picked up by Jordan.
If there's one end of the floor that DJ takes seriously, it's the defensive end, and he loves to get up and reject those shots.
No good. Shot missing. Last game for Brooklyn, it was a loss to the Jazz. It's stolen by Green. And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick two at the other end.
Antetokounmpo with the ball. He had 13 points in the win against Boston.
Let's us not forget about the work on the glass. His effort level was a 10 that night out of 10.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has said he doesn't want people calling him the MVP because he doesn't want to relax. He said he fears failure, so he has got to get better.
Joe Harris is checked in for Luawu, and Green slams it in.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
Giannis drives in. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. Well, Greg, there's been some debate. What do you think? Is Giannis the best player right now in the world?
I tell you what, if there's a conversation, he has to be in it. You know, some people might go with Kawhi, Kevin Durant. He's coming back. LeBron James is there as well. But Giannis is probably the guy to lead that conversation.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
You know how you want to tell people don't let Giannis get too close? Well, one step past half court, he's too close.
It's Harden with the drive and the jam by Harden.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. And we felt it. Even over here, we felt it. Here's Giannis. The rebound by Johnson.
We're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Greg is abroad, and now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And here are the Nets. They're on a 14-6 run. Stolen by Holiday. And the foul on Harden. That is his first foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
And a new group in for the Nets. Griffin's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Jeff Green. Brownie's checked in for Johnson. And it's Kyrie Irving in for James Harden. Holiday, that one misses. Great D that time from Irving. Brown kicks to Griffin. Back to Brown. Outside Griffin. It's deflected. And they're pushing it up. Here's Connaughton. That's to DiVincenzo. The kick out to Holiday. Here's Connaughton. Defended by Griffin. Back to Connaughton. Clock at 6. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. DiVincenzo can't hit it. Nets leading by 10. Here's Irving. Holiday with the block.
Now get that out of there. That's all timing right there. Drew Holiday continuing hustle play.
Bucks have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Outside Holiday. But they recover it. Connaughton passes to Lopez. That one falls.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Chris Middleton's checked in for the Bucks. And the Nets also making a change. Luwawu's checked in. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Is it getting cold in here? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
Holiday, the pass to Lopez. That's tipped. In transition, here come the Nets. Irving's got the ball. Bucket is good. Irving's got the lead up to 12 now for the Nets.
Kyrie, such a blur in the open court, leaks out so quickly and then gets to the right spot in transition.
Middleton on the wing. He's got 6. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Brown, good. Brown's got his second bucket tonight.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
And so it's Brooklyn sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They were never able to get the lead above. And that'll do it for our halftime report.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Yeah, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Harden. Green is out there with Jordan. Then there's Harris. And it's Johnson in at the 2 spot. And the dunk by Giannis.
Yeah, go ahead and get in front of that if you want to. Man, with a dunk by Giannis.
And as much as Holiday brings to your offense, it's his defense that's repeatedly recognized.
Well, when you make all NBA defensive teams and you're smart and strong and quick like Drew Holiday is, I think not only does the reputation start to build, but your confidence in disrupting somebody else by playing that way is something you rely on.
Holiday, the pass to Lopez. And he banks in the layup. Lopez has got 6 points.
Not sure how he saw that there. Holiday with a firm understanding of how to get the ball to an open teammate.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. In the corner, it's Harris. Harden dishes to Johnson. Holiday against Harden. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Ahead, here's DiVincenzo. Finished off the break.
I'm not sure what the coach said at halftime, but whatever it did, it's lit a fire. They're now 4 of 4 from the field to start their offense here in the second half.
Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
And Harden is a nightmare in the pick and roll. Just a clever combo guard who is completely unpredictable.
And so Holiday will bring it up for Milwaukee. A 12-point game. To the inside and stolen by Jordan. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance. Up again, and Green is right there. Green's got his third basket of the night right there.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrated. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
This guy upping his scoring average every year. Tonight's effort's only going to increase the chances of Giannis to do that again, maybe this season.
Harden gets the bucket.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Giannis against Green. Here's Giannis. Up and in on the layup. Antetokounmpo's got 8 here in the quarter.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And Harden with the stuff.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Bucks trail by 14. Now here's Giannis. He's got 17. And Harden with the stuff.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Antetokounmpo finds Lopez. Back to Giannis. Lopez. Great positioning on the putback.
Good size and the ability to carve out space. Lopez battling on the rebound.
Here's Harden. Jordan trying to free himself up. And again, James Harden. Harden's got 14 points here in the second half.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Antetokounmpo inside. Guarded by Harris. And that one's good by Giannis. Giannis has got 19 points. Nets leading by 14. We've got 33 seconds left here in the third quarter. Harden. The rebound by Brook Lopez. The Bucks have gone 9 of 10 on their attempts in the third quarter. That is 90% from the field. What a roll they're on. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Drew Holiday. And so it's Milwaukee now. Giannis inside. Griffin on him. Antetokounmpo, no good. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Irving up top. And the layup's good off the glass. Irving's got 12.
Look, this guy, Kyrie Irving, has incredible confidence when he's going inside to finish over the D.
And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Nets lead by 16. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Doesn't happen with every point guard in the league as far as setting your teammates up. Lots more scorers now, but right there creating the scoring opportunity for his teammate.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Portis is out there with P.J. Tucker. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then it's Holiday. And it's Forbes in at the 2.
How about the body control that time of Kyrie Irving? Absorbs the contact, stays focused. Not going to be denied down there.
Joe Harris is checked in for Brooklyn. Bucks trail by 17. Harris against Middleton. Portis trying to free himself.
Staying confident in the paint. Middleton does a good job sinking that one.
And for Brooklyn, their shooting has been out of this world. 74% from the field. Here's Irving. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Milwaukee gets called for the foul. That's good from Irving.
Not much of a surprise there. Kyrie, one of the better free throw shooters in the game and so hard to guard without fouling.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Middleton on the wing. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Count that one.
Mid-range, plenty of room for that release. He's going to take those all day long.
Irving looking over the floor. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
It feels like he's taking nothing but shots he knows he's going to knock down. Kyrie playing sharp here.
Tucker the pass to Portis. In the corner, Middleton with it. Just 5 to shoot. Over Harris. It's hauled in by Brown. And so Brown will bring it up for the Nets. 17-point lead, their biggest. Irving can't hit. For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. The shot that time, not on target. Some solid defense from Brown. Now Irving. And the shot goes down. Irving's got 11 points here in just the second half. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. He's covered by Irving. Nice shot by Portis. Portis has got 4 this quarter.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Here's Irving. Milwaukee with the rebound. Middleton up top, guarded by Harris. Middleton can't get it to go. Nets leading by 17. Irving double team. The pass to Griffin. Kicks to Brown. And on the way from Irving for 3. Harris passes to Jordan. Back to Harris. Irving for 3. That doesn't go in either for Irving. Now the Bucks moving it up. Here's Middleton. Blake Griffin pulls it in. Griffin's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Brooklyn.
They made more foul shots, and that was the difference.
That was a big advantage. The other team was defending with their hands instead of moving their feet, and they handed them a lot of easy points at the line.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for James Harden.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
The Bucks working the ball around. Here's Middleton. Another miss by Middleton.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Jordan with the rebound. Brooklyn in control. Well, this one is winding down now. Brooklyn can watch the clock run out. Irving kicks to Harris. Back to Irving. Great D that time from Middleton. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
That's awesome. Now,
$2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
There below is... And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Tobias Harris is out there with Howard. Then there's Ben Simmons. Then it's Curry. And it's Green in at the 3 slot. And for Brooklyn, they've got Green. Tyler Johnson is out there with Harden. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Harris in at the 3.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Second shot opportunity, and it's blocked by Jordan. And he gets it back. Outside for Simmons. And then Simmons slams it in.
You can't let Simmons get going off of these dunks. His confidence just soars when he slams it down like that.
Doris, what about that dunk?
That was special. My goodness.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Out to Harris. Back to Curry. Beyond the arc. The rebound by Harden. And there's the call on Curry. That's his first foul. Do you remember, Greg, if you watched the standings very much when you played?
You know, we were always aware of it, and a lot of that had to do with the goals. I remember early in my career playing for the Knicks, you know, we were trying to win championships, and we talked a lot about home court and having that come postseason time. So you were absolutely aware of where you were because of the goals you've set. But I think that also changes depending on who you are as a team. If you're a championship caliber team that's won it, and maybe you're in the midst of a dynasty run, it may not matter as much because you know how good you are and you can win no matter where the venue. And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
And that's what Simmons does. His vision and accuracy make him a premier presence on the floor.
Here's Harden. Green breaking loose. Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
And when Simmons is taking it strong to the cup, he's looking for a foul. Love this guy's aggressive.
And Simmons drops them both. Looking at Philadelphia, they took the win in their last game against the Warriors in San Francisco.
Yeah, and that one, their rebounding was the difference. Big disparity between the two teams.
That was a coach's dream, to get that kind of effort and intensity on the glass, and for it to pay those kinds of dividends, critical.
And here we go. Here is nobody back.
How about the activity of Simmons, mucking up passing lanes and making life difficult on the opposition. So good at getting steals.
Harden can't hit. The 76ers have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Oh, and the jam by Ben Simmons.
That's a finish he'll be bragging about for a while.
Oh, as he should. Very impressive.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim, okay?
Harden dishes to Harris.
Come on.
And the Nets miss again.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Oh, great ball movement there.
1:44 left in the first. Simmons against Harden to end the run, and it's good on the layup. Harden's got 10 points.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
To the middle. Curry passes to Howard, lays it up and banks it in. Howard's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
It's Harden with the drive. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
And it is easy to get spoiled watching Harden. He's had so many games like this in his career, but you still got to appreciate what he does.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Lets it go from the wing. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
So for the Nets, Griffin's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. Philadelphia also making some changes. Shake Milton comes in for Curry. And Maxey subbed in for Ben Simmons. Luwawu Cabarro, he's checked in for the Nets. Irving comes in for Tyler Johnson. Scotty's checked in for Philadelphia. Korkmaz comes in for Danny Green. Here's Maxey. Yep, that one goes in there.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Nets trail by 4. Irving looking over the floor. He gets it in there.
How about the great body control by Kyrie Irving, one of the best small men in the league at converting through contact.
Outside, Scott. Down low. And Howard with the stuff.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. And it's Irving missing. Jumps up, and so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for Philadelphia. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take so far on Philadelphia?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
They've got Griffin. Irving is out there with Brown. And it's Luwawu in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's Irving. Good, nice job down low. Irving's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
the cleverness, the fearlessness. Kyrie Irving outstanding at finding spots inside to capitalize from.
Scott, good. Scott's got the lead back up to 6 now for the 76ers.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And it's Irving missing.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Round kicks to Irving. Rebound by the 76ers. Well, they've got the Lakers ahead of them after this game. In the next game, it'll be played in Los Angeles. And they're in the middle of this long string of games away from home. That'll be game 4 of 7 straight away.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Here's Irving. Incredible numbers looking at his scoring averages. He's currently scoring more than 28 points a game. That's good for his 3rd bucket. Now 3 for 6 from the field.
Oh, tenacious attack by Irving. The handle, the speed, look out.
And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That is his first foul of the game. And the 76ers making a change here. Harris has checked in. Thibault on the wing. Korkmaz passes to Harris. No good that time. The Nets go the other way with it. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
You've got to stand in and deliver from the free throw line, even in a tough environment, and they failed to do so.
And Brooklyn turns it over again.
One of those nights where the wheels come off, nerves seem to be playing a factor.
Brooklyn making some changes. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Harris comes in for Luwawu Cabarro, and James Harden subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Then for the 76ers, Curry's checked in for Furkan Korkmaz, and Simmons subbed in for Shake Milton. Curry on the wing. Plenty of space. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Curry's got the lead up to 12 now for the 76ers. Harden outside. Lets the 3 fly, but they'll get another chance. Round kicks to Harden, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris. Some changes for Brooklyn. Green comes in for Blake Griffin, and it's Tyler Johnson in for Bruce Brown. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for the 76ers. Green comes in for Matisse Thybulle. Simmons against Green, and it's Simmons penetrating.
And not a lot you can do to prevent Simmons from creating space. It's what he does best in pick and roll call.
There's the pass to Harris. Rebounded by Howard. Howard's got 4 rebounds in this game. Harris dishes to Green. Howard trying to free himself up. And the rejection by Harden. Harris against Johnson. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Rejected by Harris.
Oof, ugly second quarter for him, and now I think he's starting to really force the issue.
They get the rebound. Here's Howard. They shoot again, and that's 2 points on the layup. Howard's got 10 points in the game.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Harden. 2 free throws coming up, and here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Harden the pass to Green. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. Maxey's checked in for Curry. Philadelphia with the ball. They're on an 18-6 run. Simmons passes to Howard. Outside for Simmons. Over Green. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the 76ers lead by 18.
Well, this has been one of the staples of Dwight Howard's game. Get on the glass on the offensive end and finish it.
Here's Jordan. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Dwight Howard, and he's got his first free throw of the game.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Well, when DeAndre Jordan is engaged, this guy is flat out a difference maker. He understands how to play to his strengths.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Green. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Joe Harris. And Irving subbed in for James Harden. Pass to Luwawu. For three. And Kyrie Irving gets the three. Irving's got 9.
Well, draped all over him, in fact, the level of concentration by Kyrie.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the end. Ben Simmons had it going on in the first quarter. He had 12 points, and with all the stars. And that.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
So on the floor for Philadelphia, we've got Ben Simmons. Tobias Harris is out there with Howard. Then it's Green, and it's Curry in at the shooting guard position.
Well, terrific job by Tyler Johnson to do exactly what they want him to do, find his open teammates.
Right block shot, and it's Simmons. That time on the assist by Curry. 14 points for Ben Simmons. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there, Greg?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. Harden kicks to Green. No good on the three.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Got a piece of it. And it's blocked by Jordan.
Boy, the wingspan of DeAndre Jordan. This guy sends it back with a message.
And here we go with Curry running it up the court. And it's Howard finishing it off.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, Tyler Johnson can get into the lane. He can find his way to the free throw line. This guy understands how to draw contact.
And that one falls for Johnson. Brooklyn making some changes. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Blake Griffin comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Scotty's checked in for Tobias Harris. Matisse Thybulle comes in for Danny Green. Shake Milton, he's checked in for Seth Curry. And Maxey's subbed in for Ben Simmons. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Nets. They've got the Pistons ahead of them in their next game in Detroit. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Some changes for Brooklyn. Luwawu is checked in for Joe Harris. And Irving subbed in for Tyler Johnson. Korkmaz, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Irving. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Now here's Milton. He's covered by Brown. They grab their own miss. Milton the pass to Thybulle. Back to Milton. In transition, here come the Nets. Irving leading the charge. And there's the call on Matisse Thybulle. That is his first foul of the game. Tobias Harris is checked in for Philadelphia. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. The three. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Here's Korkmaz. He's still scoreless so far in this one. An easy 2 points on the layup. And the 76ers lead by 21.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And the basket is good. Irving's got 4 points in the quarter.
Boy, he's been cooking, but the teammates, he's just not getting a lot of support from them.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Thybulle, the pass to Maxey. Blake Griffin pulls it in. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Claxton with the bucket. The 76ers leading by 17. There's a minute left to play in the third. Here's Harris. And he can't bank that one in. Outside Irving. Passes it to Claxton. Back to Irving. Over Thybulle. No good. And the 76ers go the other way with it. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Pass to Korkmaz. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The 76ers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Harris is checked in for Brooklyn. Harden comes in for Irving. Philadelphia also making some changes. Howard comes in for Matisse Thybulle. And Curry subbed in for Maxey. It's Harden with the drive. Misses in close. Here's Korkmaz, guarded by Harden. Milton the pass to Howard. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And I'll tell you, the experience working to his advantage. Dwight Howard draws the contact, able to finish it. Nicely done.
Free throw no good for Howard. And so it's Philadelphia sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Nets trail by 21. Harris is out there with Green. Then there's Brown. Then it's Harden. And it's Griffin in at the center, locking down the middle. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Come get it, come get it.
And the foul on Harden. That is his first foul of the game. Well, we know the TV networks have brought more revenue, Greg, to the NBA. The expectation is for another bump when they renegotiate in 2023.
You know, at the same time, though, Kevin, with all the cord cutters out there, the league looking to make the game more accessible to those fans. I expect that to be a big part of this next deal.
Right, on your tablet, smartphone, or your computer. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. Now Harden.
Who's watching here?
Simmons with the defensive effort.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Kyrie Irving, he's checked in for Brooklyn. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Simmons against Green. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That's foul number 2 for him. Game continues to evolve, Greg. Any changes in particular that you do not like?
That's a great question. You know, I'd like to see the replay review streamlined a little bit better. I wouldn't mind a touch more physicality being allowed in the game, but as much as we tend to complain, the one thing I have learned is if you're honest, you go back, we always complain. I don't care what the era is. Nobody's ever truly happy, and I'm not going to spend all my time worrying about that stuff, partner. I'm just going to enjoy the game that we are all so fortunate enough to be able to watch.
Totally agree. And it's been said that history is written by the victors. Certainly holds true in sports, don't you think, Greg? And with that in mind, do you think titles are overvalued when evaluating the great players, individual players in history?
You know, Kevin, I think so. Having said that, I think championships do matter, obviously, and in the NBA and basketball in general, one guy can have more impact, right? Because you only play 5 and you play both ways. So it does have something to say, but I don't think that completes the narrative. You know, there's some tremendously talented guys, Karl Malone, Elgin Baylor, Patrick Ewing, Allen Iverson, a lot of greats who never won it. It's easy to count those rings, but measuring greatness has to take in the whole picture.
Hall of Famers, all of them. Simmons can't get it to go.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
Green kicks to Harden. And on the way from Irving for 3. Rebound by the 76ers. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Simmons against Green. Inside, here's Harris. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 4 assists in the game.
Can't give Simmons a lane like that, especially in these pick and rolls. He is able to thread the needle.
Harden's shot is good.
Well, as usual, this guy cooking on the offensive end, but right now the other guys on his team have got to step forward.
A 3 from Simmons. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got rebound number 13 with that last one. Harris inside the line. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Harris has got his first points in this one.
Boy, when Joe Harris is making this kind of shot, turn the lights out.
Simmons looking around. Takes the 3. Kyrie Irving grabs the miss.
Well, another 10-cup moment here, because he continues to miss shot after shot from three-point range. This is not a fourth quarter he's going to want to remember.
And looking a lot better now, but still a long way to go to get back into this one.
Yeah, but this run started with tighter execution at both ends, and that'll need to be maintained for them to have a chance to take the lead.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the 76ers.
Their superior ball handling won it for them.
And fewer turnovers equals greater scoring opportunities. Any coach will tell you that. If you take care of the ball every possession, and this is a perfect example of what happens when you do.
And so checking out their record tonight, that'll mark win number 32 overall.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Dwight Howard.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. On its way from Irving for 2. It's hauled in by Harris. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for Philadelphia. They lead by 11. The drive by Simmons. The putback. It's hauled in by Harris. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. They came in here and took it. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And the starting lineups have concluded. So just sit right back and relax. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Lou Williams.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Young and Herter make up the backcourt. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. And it's Capella in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Brooklyn, Johnson is out there with Harden. Then there's Harris. Then it's Jordan. And it's Green in at the 4. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. Kicks it out to Harden. And Capella sends it back. Here's Collins. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game. And it's Capella missing. Harden scanning the floor. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt. Greg, the two words you and I don't like the most in this game, load management. Why do we see more of it now than when you played in the game?
A couple of things. I think sports science has evolved, and I've talked to a ton of coaches about this. The reality is that now they don't determine whether or not a guy's going to play. It's going to be the people that work with the strength and conditioning. They determine if a guy is ready to go. Secondly, I would also say the contracts now, the investments that teams have in these assets, you want to try to prolong their careers as long as possible. And so I think it's a smart move from an investment standpoint.
You bring up some great points.
You know, Harden has that quick first step. Once he sees a lane to the rim, he's going to take it.
Hawks have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And Young, here we go. Here's Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Now here's Harden. He's a guy that can score, no doubt, averaging over 25 points a game. And he comes up with the deuce. Harden's got 6.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Capella, the pass to Young. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Kicks it to Hunter. Shot clock at 6. Back to Young. And it goes down 2 points. Young's got his second basket of the night.
You gotta like seeing this from Young, wanting to prove he's more than just a jump shooter.
It's Harden with the drive. Jordan trying to free himself up. Missed the shot. He's made 3 and missed 3 from the field. Capella, the pass to Collins. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Passes it to Young. Here's Herter. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, good job to take it right after.
Yeah, really left him no choice there. He had the foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Okongwu's checked in for Capella. Alinari comes in for Collins. Bogdanovich is checked in for DeAndre Hunter. Lou Williams is subbed in for Trae Young. Here's Claxton, and they call the foul. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
This is his first free throw of the game. He hits both from the stripe. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Irving looking for an opening. That shot off. Excellent D there from Williams. The Hawks leading. Bogdanovich wide open. The Hawks again can't hit. And there's the foul. It's on Tony Snell. That's his first foul. For Brooklyn, they've gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Here's Irving. Rebound by the Hawks. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Yeah, they made some spectacular plays in it right to the very end. Just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah, you know, they didn't have their best stuff, but they were still getting after it. So you got to really appreciate the effort and hustle.
Here's Snell. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Shot clock at 3.
He has to make that one. I mean, you have to make the defense pay when they slough off of you like that.
Irving attacking. Pass to Luwawu. Back to Irving. And the shot goes in.
Yeah, you know, you got to appreciate the speed of Kyrie Irving. I mean, incredible at finding different ways to get to the basket, and he is not afraid of anybody.
Here's Snell. And that one drops. Now Irving. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Hawks lead by 2. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. Well, from what you guys are seeing from the Hawks, what are you thinking about their performance?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
We've got Brown. He's out there with Kyrie Irving. Luwawu is out there with Griffin. And it's Claxton in at the power forward. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Here's Snell. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Griffin with the steal. Here's Luwawu. He's covered by Bogdanovich. And Luwawu gets it to go.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Williams.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like that.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But 2 other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. You know, 2 guys, when you look at those 2, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become, and it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Outside Irving. Pulls up on the elbow. 2 points. That one goes. Irving's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
You can't allow Irving that look. You just can't give him that. He's too talented a player.
Young against Irving. Young passes to Capella. The kick out to Young. Pass to Collins. 6 on the shot clock. Young against Irving. Here's Capella. It doesn't go for him. The Nets go the other way with it. They've got the Pistons ahead of them in their next game in Detroit. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
Adding to their lead, and you see that field goal percentage of the game steadily heading north.
The shot's good. Young's got 6.
He's smart at using the screen there to just create space. Young, very reliable in that pick and roll.
Here's Irving. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
It's Young on the wing. He's covered by Irving. And Young, here we go. And the layup falls. 8 points for him.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of...
Oh, what a dunk!
And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim, but the epic throwdown.
1:31 left to play here in the half. Young dishes to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
It's Harden with the drive. Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
Boy, it's amazing to me how easy Harden makes it look. I mean, when he's locked in, he feels like there's nobody that can guard him, and he's right most of the time.
Here's the teardrop. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Young.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
Capella finds Young, and there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Picking up his second foul here, has to be careful because they can pile up quickly.
And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Griffin comes in for Green. Luwawu is checked in for Joe Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for Irving. And a change for the Hawks. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. Irving's checked in for Brooklyn. Then for the Hawks, Okongwu's checked in for Capella. Alinari comes in for Collins. And Tony Snell's subbed in for DeAndre Hunter. And it's in there. Claxton's got the lead up to 3 now for Brooklyn.
This offense just continues to impress.
Yeah, getting hotter and hotter. They're really cooking now. Actually, cooking with gas, and you know what kind of heat that is. Fire!
Here's Young. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
Impeccable mechanics this quarter. He's been perfect from the field.
Here's Irving. Lays it up off the glass. Irving's got 13.
Boy, I tell you, I don't know if there's anybody better than Kyrie Irving close to the basket. He has a great feel for how to score inside.
Young. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. James Harden getting it done for the Brooklyn Nets. He notched 8 points in the quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. James Harden led the way in the first half. He had 14 points and 1 steal. And that'll...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look they wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
And on the floor for Nate McMillan starting the second half. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young and Herter make up the backcourt. And it's Capella in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And the shot is good. 16 points for him.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
An effective multi-dimensional scorer. Young is incredible at turning on the Jets when he's feeling.
And the jam by Harden.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Capella finds Young. Back to Capella. That shot misses. Good D by Jordan. Here's Green. And he finishes nicely on the layup. And now a 7-point Nets lead.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
If you can't stop it, here it comes. I'm right at you.
Collins, good.
And that's a tough shot. For an athletic big man like Collins, finishing through contact is something you've got to be able to do.
Harden the pass to Green. Drops it in from 11 feet. Green's got 4 this quarter.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Young drives in.
And Jordan comes to deny a shot. His size and reach give him a big advantage.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Jeff Green. Then for the Hawks, Okongwu's checked in for Capella. Alinari comes in for Collins. And it's Williams in for Young. Hunter dishes to Okongwu. Nice D from Griffin. Nets leading by 7. Johnson attacking, and the slam dunk by Johnson.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
Herter passes to Williams. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving.
What a jam! Are you kidding me?
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And, you know, the lead just keeps growing. I mean, this game is not going to get out of their grip. They're going to keep pulling away.
There's the call on Kevin Herter. That's foul number 2 for him. Greg, you know, we're seeing players take control of their free agent destiny. Do players get a bad rap for that and switching teams?
Listen, I don't know if you get a bad rap, but you're going to catch the wrath of the fan base. You think of Paul George in Indy or Katie in OKC, and fans, they're going to feel jilted. There's no doubt about it. They're going to feel scorned.
Yeah. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Kyrie Irving's checked in for Johnson. Okongwu. Griffin grabs the board. And so Griffin will bring it up for Brooklyn. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half, and he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Nets leading by 9. 1:12 left to play in the third. Irving's shot is good.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
Back to Williams. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Williams has got 6 points.
Right there on display for you was Clint Capella's continuing growth offensively. Eyes up, ready to make the next pass before he got the ball.
Irving misses.
You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Williams. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Trae Young, he's checked in for Lou Williams. Nets have gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them. Young with the steal. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Over to the left wing. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. He kicks to Bogdanovich. Young dishes to Capella. Shoots over Griffin. Capella, the pass to Young. Just 4 to shoot. And Griffin sends it back. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. It's the Nets leading by 9. And time to step aside. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. A moment now to reset the lineups brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got DeAndre Jordan. Brown out there with Tyler Johnson. Then there's Green. And it's Harris in at the 3 spot. Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. Brooklyn making some changes. Irving's checked in for Brown. And James Harden subbed in for Johnson. Atlanta also making some changes here. Okongwu's checked in for Clint Capella. And Tony Snell subbed in for Gallinari. From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He said, keep grinding. We're in good shape. Things aren't always going to go perfectly. Don't let that slow you down. Let's just stick to what got us here. Kevin, we'll see if they can build on this lead.
Thanks, David. Young passes to Okongwu. Over Harden. Okongwu's shot is good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Irving against Bogdanovich. And that one's good, Irving. And the Nets lead by 9.
I got a question for you. How do you defend Irving in the pick and roll? He's so quick, and his ball handling is so good. Absolutely, virtually impossible. Look at this little fella going in there and eating up some glass.
Here's Harden. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And Harden is fearless. Awesome at gutting the defense and making them send him to the line. He just knows how to draw fouls and get himself to the stripe.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe. He's going to cash in more than not.
And Young, here we go. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on James Harden.
You know, the cleverness Young possesses is just uncanny. Puts the defense in a bind whenever he drives it to the rack.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. And here is Irving. And Bogdanovich picks up the foul. That's his first foul. The Nets making a switch here. Griffin's checked in. Then for the Hawks, Clint Capella, he's checked in for Okongwu. DeAndre Hunter comes in for Tony Snell. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Bogdanovich. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Irving. Baseline try. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The Hawks trail by 9. Stolen by Harden. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Hunter grabs the miss.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And there's the call on John Collins. That's his first foul. And so Griffin will bring it up for the Nets. Harden outside. Irving against Young. Irving attacking.
Yeah, a strong defender is Capella. He uses his reach to bother shots and shooters, and I like the commitment he shows at that end of the floor.
Griffin against Collins. Back to Huerter. Over to the wing. The rebound by the Nets. Griffin's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Irving passes to Griffin. Kicks to Harden. An easy 2 points on the layup. Harden's got the lead up to 11 now for the Nets.
I really appreciate how Harden handles contact, staying in control of his body, and tremendous balance.
So for the Nets, Green comes in for Blake Griffin, and it's Tyler Johnson in for Kyrie Irving. Gallinari, he's checked in for Atlanta. Young with the ball. To the wing right side. Hawks passing it around. There's the triple. The rebound by the Nets.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Nets.
Fewer miscues made the difference.
I mean, a great all-around effort. Not only did they minimize their turnovers, but kept the pressure up on D, forcing the other team to commit turnovers.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
And not just a win tonight, guys, but a win on the season series as well, as they finish with 3 out of 4 games against this opponent.
This gives them some gloating room, if you will. It's a special win because now they'll finish 3-1 against it.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for James Harden.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised. And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback? Diminished.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Here's Atlanta now. It's a 10-point game. Lets it go with a 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
The most lethal part of Young's game. His outside shot is often on the money.
So it's the Nets picking up the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
Is there a memorable scene that really stood out to you that you really enjoyed filming?
I would probably say the intro scene, and Jaime comes and sits down. He's trying to recruit me to play high school basketball for his team. That was probably that. This is really happening. I am my player. This is the intro to it, and that was probably the scene or the moment that I was like.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
There below is Barclays Center and the Borough. Now it's ended. Down to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks very much.
DA, he is dangerous in both facets. He's hard to stop. Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the 5. And for Brooklyn, Green is out there with Joe Harris. Then it's Harden. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Irving in at the 2 spot. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
Well, in that one, they just had everything working offensively. It's a lot of fun when you get into that kind of a groove.
Yeah, I love watching that game, and in particular, their demeanor in their destruction in that game.
And this is the time of year when teams can start to lose their focus just a little bit. How tough is it, do you think, to stay motivated at this stage of a long season?
Well, teams who have big aspirations, Kevin, aren't suffering through any of this. The other teams that are trying to be acutely aware of the potential of their team are watching their players very intently as to whether their focus can be maintained during the next 2 to 3 weeks of the season. I know Kyrie is not the biggest guy on the floor, but he is built to take that kind of contact.
Outside, Antetokounmpo feeds it to Lopez, and Jordan sends it back.
Yeah, a little bit surprising he hasn't connected on at least one of his 3 shots yet, but he's going to keep shooting.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Kyrie exceptional at taking the hit and then somehow creating a release angle towards the rim.
The Bucks making a switch here. Connaughton's checked in. The Bucks have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Giannis, no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Antetokounmpo looking it over. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
Hard to get upset at the defense there. Antetokounmpo is no easy matchup down low in the paint.
And last season, Giannis Antetokounmpo welcoming his first child into the world.
And maybe now an MVP at home as a most valuable papa. The mother of his son was a volleyball player in her day. So you got to think, as this kid grows up, maybe the recruits are sending letters already. Well, that's a healthy make there after missing their first 4 shots. 1 of 5, not what they wanted, but they're on the board.
Here's Harden. Oh, he jams it right over Giannis Antetokounmpo. Wow!
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. Great D that time from Green. Brooklyn leading by 8. Here's Irving. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Jordan's got 3 assists now in this one. Outside, Antetokounmpo. To the paint. Here's Lopez. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
Well, great floor awareness as Antetokounmpo has a sense for when the D has overcommitted or shifted his way, and then he finds where his teammate is open on the floor.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
An era where we're seeing teams turn away from the slower 7-footers. Brook Lopez still playing a pivotal role for the Bucks.
There's been a lot of talk in recent years, Greg, as how the big man has been played off the floor in the playoffs. That's just not the case with Lopez because he's been able to step out and shoot threes along with being a really reliable rim protector.
And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Blake Griffin comes in for Jeff Green. Luwawu is checked in for Harris. And it's Brown in for James Harden. The Bucks also changing it up. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Dante DiVincenzo.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
Well, he doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
Forbes, the pass to Portis. Back to Forbes. Left side, Portis.
Oh! Yeah. And I got to say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. Now here's Irving. 15 points in the game. That one goes in.
Boy, he has been special to start this game. Shooting 8 of 9, just making it look easy.
Holiday, the pass to Portis. And that one, good. Portis has got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
How about Drew Holiday? Unselfish, team-first player. Love that from the guard position.
Here's Irving. A shot, no good. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. Tucker, the pass to Portis. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. To the left side wing. It's stolen by Brown. Griffin kicks to Irving. Banked in off the glass. Irving's got 19 points.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. It's the Nets. They lead by 12. 2K Sports back in a moment here.
I think the underdog story, started when I was a kid,
And Greg, playing with the chip on his shoulder, has served Portis well.
Some guys try to block out the haters. Portis uses it as fuel to keep achieving more.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And the Nets have been rolling right along here, haven't they?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
On the court for the Bucks. Holiday out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's P.J. Tucker. Then there's Bobby Portis. And it's Connaughton in at the small forward position. Here's Middleton. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. Brooklyn leading by 14. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Griffin. He's got 21.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight. Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight.
And he's at nearly 90% from the free throw line this season, so having a terrific year.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. And Harris subbed in for Brown. Irving with the ball. 22 points for him. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. And he makes good on the layup. Irving's got 5 points in the quarter. Lopez against Jordan. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
James Harden, he's checked in for Kyrie Irving. Here's Antetokounmpo. Count it. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy, he would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
DiVincenzo passes to Lopez. Kick out to Giannis. Back to Lopez. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. And it's off from three-point range.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
I just really like how Tyler distributes the basketball, skilled at quickly getting the ball over to the open man.
Giannis against Green. Antetokounmpo dishes to Lopez. And there's the pass to Giannis. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Giannis has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, this is where Giannis does all of his damage. He gets inside the paint, has the size to work you back, and then stretch out and score.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. And the Bucks making a change here. 1:49 left now here in the second. Pass to Luwawu. Irving looking for an opening. Six to shoot. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. And the Nets lead by 19. And so Giannis will bring it up for the Bucks. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. Some changes for Brooklyn. Antetokounmpo up top. He had 13 points in the win against Boston.
His passing, another high point in that game. He made sure it wasn't all about him. He wanted to get his teammates involved.
Brooklyn leading by 19. 58 seconds left here in the second. Here's Harden. Milwaukee with the rebound. The drive by Giannis. And Giannis throws it down.
A little quickness from Antetokounmpo there, blows right past the D.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. Harden up top. He's a guy that can score, no doubt, averaging over 25 points a game.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Giannis outside. Pass to DiVincenzo. Back to Giannis. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
Harden outside. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
Brooklyn shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
Middleton on the wing. Over Harris. Portis. It's good on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets controlling the game.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome. Kyrie Irving was red hot to start the first. He ended up with 24 points.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
They've got Green. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's Harris. And it's Jordan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. Up again, and Antetokounmpo on the follow.
Great instincts by Giannis, superb timing, and then he pounced on top of that miss.
Harden outside. Outside Irving. He dishes it to Harris. 5 on the clock. Here's Harden. Here's Jordan. Kicks it to Harden. Jeff Green on the wing. On the wing, Harris. Nets passing it around. Here's Irving. Misses off the right iron. Bucks trail by 18. Here's Middleton. In the corner, it's DiVincenzo. Antetokounmpo against Jordan. Antetokounmpo, no good.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Antetokounmpo inside. Guarded by Green. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. The Nets making a switch here. Brown's checked in. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Bryn Forbes comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
And he's all over that shot. Has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
And Holiday, here we go. And the dunk by Lopez.
Lopez at that size has no trouble throwing it down.
Green deciding where to go with it. Pass to Brown. Holiday against Harden. Lopez with the block. Now here's Tucker. He's covered closely. Lopez kicks to Holiday. Back to Lopez. Out to the right wing. Tucker. Green with the rebound. Green's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And for a big man, Jordan runs the floor like a gazelle, one of the best athletes we have at that position.
Holiday attacking. Here's Lopez. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got his 6th rebound on the night. Brown the pass to Jordan. Harden against Holiday. Shot from free throw range. And so the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. Let's use this break in the action to show you the teams that in the last 10 games have been the NBA's best fast break teams. The 4th spot held by the Nets.
I mean, no doubt for me that they've hit their stride the last few weeks. I mean, they are punishing the defenses with that up-tempo style.
Both teams will make substitutions. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Now here's Middleton. Not a lot of room, and it's good for 2.
Staying confident in the paint, Middleton does a good job sinking that one.
And here is Irving. 27 points for him. To the inside. Here's Luwawu. Outside Irving. From deep 3-point range. Here's Claxton. The pass to Irving.
Get there, get there.
To the middle. Here's Griffin. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And Forbes kicks to Middleton. Gets an open look and hits. Middleton's got his 2nd basket of the game.
Yeah, you don't want to leave Middleton from that area. His mid-range game is on fire, draining those shots often.
Here's Irving. Nice move. And the layup is up and in.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Out to the right wing. Here's Forbes.
Come on.
That 3 off the mark. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. And here's Johnson outside. No good on that one. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. It seems like nothing they do can go wrong as they string together one successful possession after another and are simply running away with this one. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Let's keep riding. Keep getting stuff.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Then there's Bobby Portis. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Connaughton in at the shooting guard position. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the 1 pick or the 2nd pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. And the Nets making a change here. Johnson's checked in. The Bucks also changing it up. Lopez comes in for Portis, and it's Drew Holiday in for Pat Connaughton. Here's Antetokounmpo, and he banks in the layup.
This is what makes Giannis such an elite player, his ability to score in those difficult situations down low with lots of bodies around.
Johnson finds Brown. Here's Luwawu. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Greg, after we saw top prospects like LaMelo Ball and R.J. Hampton playing a year in Australia, the NBA G League sweeten the deal to attract those blue chippers to this G League, which I think is a very interesting topic and a very interesting way to go.
It is. You know, I think the salaries now could exceed $500,000, not to mention the endorsement deal. And they're on a single team that's built around their needs. Certainly an enticing option for those who want to skip the college route.
Does this affect colleges, in your opinion, in their recruiting?
Not at all. You're going to love your school no matter who plays for them, especially if you're winning.
Pass to Luwawu. Down low. Here's Claxton. The Nets need to get a shot off here. A shot, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team. The Bucks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Holiday against Brown. The Bucks working the ball around. Lopez kicks to Middleton. Clock at 6. And Giannis throws it down.
And he just keeps coming at you. Giannis has so much energy, and when he's this aggressive, he is just a dynamite offensive player.
Johnson, the pass to Claxton. Back to Johnson. Pass to Claxton. Griffin trying to get open.
This defense gets a lot scarier when Lopez is blocking shots.
Here's Giannis. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Giannis has got 6 in the quarter.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
Timeout called, the Nets.
And doesn't like how things are going right now.
The timeout before the timeout here, maybe just to cut off the momentum and have a chit-chat with the team to settle down.
And a new group in for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. Joe Harris is checked in for Luwawu Cabarro. And it's James Harden in for Johnson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That is his first foul of the game. Well, you hear about the extinction of great NBA big men. Do you see it that way? And if so, Greg, is the game that has changed, or perhaps a dip in the talent at that position that has changed?
You know, you think back to the likes of Russell, Wilt, Kareem, and Hakeem, and Robinson, and Shaq. Some would say, well, we just got lucky. But in a lot of ways, we still have the dominance of the big man. They just play more outside of the paint, right? You know, Giannis.
Yep.
You look at what he can do. Anthony Davis and the way he plays the game. I mean, LeBron, in essence, is a big man. I mean, you still can dominate the game as a big. It's just that you now can actually, in some respects, have more impact because you are involved in more facets of the game.
Fundamental play there from Lopez, spotting the open man and then sending him the ball.
Johnson, the pass to Brown. Here's Luwawu. Griffin kicks to Luwawu Cabarro. Here's Claxton. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. And so it's Middleton with it. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Brooklyn.
At every opportunity, they managed to push the ball and keep the up-tempo game going.
I think it paid off, that's for sure.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Kyrie Irving.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving you.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
Yeah, huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
Trying to add a few more points to their lead.
And they should just stay with what they've been doing.
Johnson can't hit. So it's the Bucks now. Here's Giannis. And the dunk by Giannis.
You know how you want to tell people don't let Giannis get too close? Well, one step past half court, he's too close.
Johnson outside. Griffin trying to get open. Good D by Holiday. It's deflected. It's stolen by Johnson. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Nine seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Holiday surveying the floor. Over Harden. Off target with that shot. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. So for